Order, order, honorable members. Order, order, honorable Caro. Order. There being no quorum at the expiry of the initial 10 minutes, I direct that pursuant to Standing Order 36, the quorum bell be rung for a further 5 minutes. Honorable members, quorum having been confirmed, we proceed with the business of the day. Clerk, first order.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
No communication from the chair, but the minority leader can proceed and read the notice paper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would wish to read the notice paper for this week, dated 23rd to 24th June 2026. On Tuesday, 23rd, 2026 at 9:30 p.m. Under papers, we are going to have the Nyandarua County Youth Empowerment Policy 2026 by Richard Nyaga. We are also going to have the report on the Committee of Agriculture, Agribusiness, Livestock, Fisheries and the Agriculture Institutions Revolving Fund year report on the financial statements for the period ended 31st December 2025 and March 31st, 2026 by Keru Kamburu. We are also going to have a report on the Committee on Legal Affairs, Labor Relations, Intergovernmental Relations and Coordination Committee on the report of the Office of the County Attorney for the financial year, attorney period, 1st July 2024 to 30th June 2025 by Honorable Hussein Kasana. And the notices of motion, we are going to have the notice of motion on the report of the Committee on the Public Service Administration and Devolution on the Nyandarua County Kenya Devolution Support Program KDSP 2 half-year report and financial statements for the period ended 31st December 2025 by Edinard Wabugu. Under motions and bills, we are going to have a motion on the report of the Committee on Education, Vocation Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection on Nyandarua County Bursary Fund report and financial statements for the financial year ended June 30th, 2025 by Honorable Gathongo. Today in the afternoon, under messages, we are going to have the message from the Senate, mainstreaming gender perspective on legislative and policy processes by the Speaker. We are also going to have under papers report on the Committee on Budget and Appropriation on Nyandarua County Executive and Nyandarua County Assembly budget estimates for the financial year 2026-27 by Honorable Kungu Isaac. We are also going to have a report on the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT Revenue, the Nyandarua County Receiver of revenue statements for financial year ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable Zachary. We're also going to have a report of the Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources and Climate Change on Nyandarua County Climate Change Fund annual report and financial statements for the financial year ended June 30th, 2025 by Honorable Isaac Kamau Bai. Under notices of motion, we are going to have a notice of motion on the report of the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT and Revenue in the county, on the county receiver of revenue statements for financial year ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable Zachary Jeru. Under notices of motion, we are going to have a notice of motion on the report of Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources and Climate Change and Nyandarua County Climate Change Fund annual report and financial statements for the financial year ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable Isaac Kamau Bai. On Wednesday, the 24th, in the morning, under papers, we are going to have the report on the Committee on Health Services and the Engineer County Level 4 Hospital annual report and financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable Geshe. We are also going to have the report on the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT and Revenue on Nyandarua County Revenue Fund half-year report and financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2025 by Zachary Jeru. We are also going to have the report on the Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resources and Climate Change on Nyandarua County Local Boards and Sports, Tourism and Conservation Half Marathon Fund for the year ended financial statement for the period ended December 31st, 2025 by Honorable Kamau. Also going to have the report on the Committee on Water, Sanitation, Environment, Tourism, Natural Resource and Climate Change on Nyandarua County Climate Change Fund, Financially Local-led Climate Change Action Half-Year Report and Financial Statements for the period at 31st 2025 by Yasoro Kamau. We are going to have the report on the Committee of Finance, Economic Planning, ICT and Revenue on Nyandarua County Receiver of Revenue, half-year report and financial statement for the period ended December 31st, 2025 by Honorable Zachary Jero. And a notice of motion. We are going to have a notice of motion on the report of the Committee on Health Services on the Engineer County Level 4 Hospital Annual Report and Financial Statements for the year ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable Geshe Wabaire. Under motions, we are going to have a motion on rising cases of gender-based violence and femicide in Nyandarua County by Honorable Shasha Gemaomai. On Wednesday at 2:30 p.m., we are going to have the report of the Committee on Lands, Physical Planning, Housing and Urban Development on the county's second Kenya Informal Settlement Improvement Project, KSAP 2, Annual Report and Financial Statements for the year ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable John Thugashino. We're going to have the report on the Committee of Health Services and Engineer County Referral Level 4 Hospital 5-year report, financial statement for the period ended December 31st, 2025 by Honorable Paul Geshe. We're also going to have the report of the Committee on Education, Vocation Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection on Nyandarua County Bursary Fund half-year report and financial statements for the period ended December 31st, 2025 by Honorable Peter Kathungu. Under motions and bills, we are going to have a motion on the report of the Committee on Finance, Economic Planning, ICT and Revenue on the Nyandarua County Receiver of Revenue Statements for financial years ended 30th June 2025 by Honorable Zachary Jero. And that's the business for the week. I wish to table. Picha unapelekanga wapi?
The notice paper is duly tabled. Next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Mr. Speaker, sir, there are a number of papers to be laid in this house. The first one being a paper by the Honorable Elijah Mwangi Nyaga, the leader of the majority party.
Honorable Elijah Mwangi Nyaga, Honorable Mwangi Ishoke on behalf of the leader of majority party. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would wish to lay the Nyandarua County Youth Empowerment Policy by the Department of Youth Affairs, Sports and Innovation, and I wish to table.
The Nyandarua County Youth Empowerment Policy 2026 is duly tabled. I refer the policy to Committee on Youth Affairs, Sports and Innovation for consideration. Chairperson, how much time do you need? Vice Chair, had spotted Vice Chair. Any member of the Sports Committee?
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Gishuki.
Considering that there was a similar motion that was raised, I would, on behalf of the committee, although I'm not a member, but I can stand in, is that to give them 90 days would be sufficient to look into both the motion that was passed by Naomi Gatia and comment together with the policy. 90 days would be sufficient.
90 days. Considering the privileges and powers of the minority leader, it's accepted. 90 days, you can book that in the corridor. Next order.
Under the same order, Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a paper to be tabled by the Honorable Paul Kirukamburu, the Chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, Agribusiness, Livestock and Fisheries.
Honorable Peter Deji, on behalf of Chair, Committee on Agriculture, Agribusiness, Livestock and Fisheries. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Since it's agriculture, I'm studying on behalf of my chair, who has a business somewhere else, an urgent emergency somewhere. Mr. Speaker, the committee is currently considering the financial statement for the fund. To facilitate comprehensive review of the statement, Mr. Speaker, the committee is resolved to request the County Executive Committee member responsible for the Department of Agriculture, Agribusiness and Livestock and Fisheries to submit detailed information in support of the figures submitted in the financial statements. The requested information includes the scope of activities, undertaken funds allocated and utilized, and contracts details. Mr. Speaker, the committee is yet to receive the response and supporting the documentation requested from the CCM. Consequently, the committee is not in a position to compile a comprehensive report and provide an informed report to the House. In view of the foregoing, the committee respectively seeks an extension of 45 days, Mr. Speaker, to enable receipt and consideration of the CCM response, undertake the necessary analysis and prepare comprehensive report for tabling before this Honorable House. The committee therefore requests the House to grant the extension sought. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The preliminary report is duly tabled and read, and the leave sought is granted as requested. Chairperson, make sure that make sure that the vote is reading within the time requested. Clerk, next order. Clerk, next order.
Order number 6, notices of motions. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a notice of motion to be given by the Honorable Edinard Ombugu Kingori, the Chairperson, Committee on Public Service, Administration and Devolution.
Honorable Edinard Ombugu Kingori, all in member. Oh, Honorable Whip, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on behalf of my chair, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Public Service Administration and Devolution on the Nyandarua County Kenya Devolution Support Program, KDSP, 2 quarterly reports and financial statements of the period ended 31st December 2025 as a report of the House and recommendations therein as the resolutions of the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Notice of motion is duly given, and the same shall be processed as directed by the House Business Committee pursuant to Standing Order 157(5)D. Next order.
Order number 7, statements. Order number 8, motions and bills. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a motion to be moved by the Honorable Peter Gadongo Kamau, the Chairperson, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection.
Honorable Joyce Monya, on behalf of Chair, Honorable Peter Gadongo Kamau, Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection. Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move the following motion that this House does adopt the report of the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Culture, Gender and Social Protection on Nyandarua County Bursary Fund Annual Report and Financial Statement for the financial year ended 30th June as a report of the House and the recommendation therein as a resolution of the House. Mr. Speaker, I go to the introduction. The Nyandarua County Bursary Fund is established by Section 4 of the Nyandarua County Nyandarua Bursary Act of 2019, which postulates that there is established a fund for the county government known as the County Bursary Fund, comprising of such monies as shall be appropriated thereto every financial year in the county approved budget estimate. Section 5 of the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund Act 2019 stipulates that the money of the fund shall be applied to finance in accordance with this section the ward bursary program, governor's bursary program, and 3, administrative cost of the program. Further, Section 5(3) provides that an amount not exceeding 10% of the allocation shall apply towards the governor's bursary program. Additionally, Section 5, subsection 4 requires that the amount applicable to the ward bursary program shall be shared equally amongst all the wards of the county. Mr. Speaker, allow me to go to the committee observations and findings. Honorable Speaker, the Committee on Education, Vocational Training, Gender, Culture and Social Protection conducted comprehensive review of the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund's financial statements for the period ended 30th June 2025. Further, it scrutinized the list of beneficiaries and reviewed their accompanying bank statements. The committee observations are detailed here under 1, under bursary program budget. Honorable Speaker, during the financial year 2024-2025, the county bursary funds program was allocated a total amount of 204,900,000 as shown in the table below. Believe we have our documents. The amount appropriated was 194,900,000, and the first supplementary 24-25 was 138,900,000. Honorable Speaker, during the period under review, 56 million was reallocated during the first supplementary budget due to the circular that was issued by the Control of Budget concerning counties issuing bursaries. Statement of financial position for the year ended 30th June 2025. Honorable Speaker, from the statement of financial performance for the year ended 30th June, the committee observed the transfers from the county government to Nyandarua County Bursary Fund, account held at Equity Bank, or Karau, was 137,450,000. The committee observed that there was other income of 7,528,860 arising from checks written back, which translated 144,978,860. I think the table below shows that total that we have shown there. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 5 of the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund Act of 2019, the monies were applied to finance the following programs: governor's bursary program, ward bursary program, and administrative costs. Honorable Speaker, under ward bursary program and governance bursary, Section 5(4) of the Nyandarua County Bursary Act of 2029 postulates that the amount applicable to the ward bursary program shall be shared equally amongst all the county wards. In furtherance, Section 5(4) provides that an amount not exceeding 10% of the allocation shall be applied towards the governor's bursary program. During the period under review, a significant number of 30,635 runners benefited from the programs. There is a list. We can be able to look at the list which shows the ward, the college that was benefited, the number of beneficiaries, both in the primary, secondary, special schools, universities, and the total beneficiaries. Honorable Speaker, during the period under review, a total of 136 runners were beneficiaries of the governor's bursary program, amounting to a sum of 4,542,063. The program was applied as shown. There's the total of the 136 and the beneficiaries from the universities, college, secondary, and the special school. To note, it's only one special school worth 55,000 that was supported through the governor's funds. Honorable Speaker, during the year under review, 354 learners with disabilities were beneficiaries of the Nyandarua County Bursary Fund, with an amount totaling to 2,597,000. Honorable Speaker, from the statement of financial performance for the year ended 30th June, the committee observed that 5,599,770 was expended as use of goods and services, administrative costs as per route number 12 was utilized for ward bursary committee allowances and bank charges. The committee observed that the amount exceeded what is provided for in Section 5(2) of the Nyandarua County Bursary Act, which stipulates an amount not exceeding 3% of the allocation shall apply towards the administrative cost. Mr. Speaker, the committee observed that as a crucial period, 30th June 2025, the bursary account had a surplus of 9,720,377. Committee recommendation. The committee, having considered the County Bursary Fund quarterly report and financial statement for the period ended 30th June 2025, makes the following recommendation. 1. The Nyandarua County Bursary Fund administrator does ensure there is clear and transparent criteria.
Order, Mr. Speaker.
What is it, Honorable Carol?
Mr. Speaker, it's too unfortunate that in this assembly we are just three of us and there is a report that is going on, and I think it's so unfair for us to continue when the house is not quoried. So I need your direction at the same, because we cannot be here, the three of us, and there is a report going on. I don't know how we are going to make the conclusion on what will happen if the house, there is members are not in or are not present. Thank you.
Very well, clerk, confirm that there is requisite quorum to proceed with the business.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the house is not quorate.
Honorable members, there being no quorum to proceed with the business of the day, I direct that pursuant to Standing Order 36, the quorum bell be rung for 8 minutes or until such a time that quorum shall be achieved.